We're back with the bad vibe with Dwight and Jeremy.
All right, this is episode 111.
Yeah.
111.
Yep.
It's 3 if you added it.
Yeah, it's Roman numeral 3. Episode 3 if you're Roman.
Don't go and listen to the original 3.
Oh, God, no. Like, really, if you have never listened to anything we've ever told you, don't go back farther than, I would say start at, like, there's some good ones in the first, like, 25 or so, but realistically, start at about 30.
See, it's crazy because, they say anytime anything's put on the internet, it's there forever.
Yeah.
Right? It's like bouncing off of, satellites and meteors.
One of these days, Jodie Foster's going to be sitting, listening to her satellites, and it's going to be like, I got something. The weird blind guy, he's like, something about Jews and midgets. I don't know.
They're like, on that, she's like, Pensacola. She's like, Pensacola, Florida. Right? She's like, Ganado. Ganado, Texas.
Yeah, instead of her
she
dash.
Can't find it. Right? She's got the little thumbtack for her map.
She goes to the portal and you're on a beach, and she's like, I'm just going to head back.
I'm like, hey. She's like, I'd rather see my dead dad.
As he is now.
Spoiler.
You can't even spoil that because I don't even know what it means at the end.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, I do, kind of, but every time I watch it, I'm like, wait.
No, the aliens showed that, so it would be easier for her to, like, interpret it, instead of seeing them.
My interpretation was that it was like, that is like the realistically, like the aliens were showing them in a way.
So they killed her.
The aliens were showing her like this new thing in a way that seemed kind of like heaven. Mm-hmm. So it was like heaven, and it was like the religious angles of that show. It was like the heaven people aren't wrong either. It's not like God. It's like the aliens. I don't know. It's a weird fucking show. I need to watch it again.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch it again lately. I've been real into like space stuff.
Yeah.
I was looking through Hulu and like just surfing through around there because I've been doing like Netflix and Amazon and stuff. And then I look on there and I'm like, holy shit. They got a lot of like sci-fi, like futuristic, and then like the dark and like space stuff. So I'm like, fuck yeah.
Sci-fi though, it's either real good or terrible. It's like there's not a lot of...
if it's sci-fi, it's gotta have good graphics or it's gonna look like
I don't know, because what about like Alien and shit? It's like fucking...
No, that's different though. You just know it's older.
Also, Alien is a horror movie.
Something comes out 2020 and it's like shit.
Oh yeah, because if you try to do CGI, but it's cheap CGI, it looks way worse than just like the shit from 30
Back
years
in the
ago.
70s, yeah, they weren't doing like a lot of CGI and stuff. It was something different.
They use like miniatures and stuff.
And they did a lot of actual like costume and like props and
like
stuff.
That alien is really something that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Like when it like is right there in her face and she's like sweating and crying and it's right there drooling on her. Like there's something like that thing is really there. Mm-hmm. It's not like they just have a midget standing there.
Yeah, there's an actual alien there with a thing coming out of its mouth with metal.
I mean, really though,
right?
Like they make a thing that's right in her face.
Yeah.
Nowadays on a movie, like when you see like Captain America bullshitting with Hulk, he's really just staring at nothing, or they have like
he's standing there with a guy with dots all over him and a little helmet.
Or if it's somebody that's bigger than a human, they just have something to make it the right height for him to look at their face.
Yeah, it's like
behind the scenes,
but with dots on it.
Yeah,
they always do the dot thing. Every time I always see something,
it's like little ping pong balls.
They're like, we're on the set with whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, I like these movies. You look, and it's like they all got dots and drawings on their face, and they're wearing like leotards, and like cords are on their back. They're like elevated into the air.
Remember when Leotard got attacked by that bear and won the Oscar?
You're like, what?
I think,
you know what I mean? You're like, I don't remember this in Avengers.
But also, it's like it makes you like.
They all look like they're on the set of some like Broadway show or something.
Yeah, it's
Cats. Right?
It kind of takes you out of. You're like, well, they're not even enjoying making this at all.
No,
like it looks terrible.
Like you're gonna have to pay me $40 million to do another fucking movie like that.
Well, that's what.
That's why they all make a lot of money.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
he didn't want to do another pirate movie. I mean, they're so...
Disney's like, all right, $20 million. He's like, no. He's like, $30 million.
Can you imagine turning down $20 million?
He's like, do I get to show up when I want?
Yeah, exactly. Right? They're like, well, you're in almost every scene.
It's like 4 years later. Right?
I mean, think about like...
Take 2, right?
If they wouldn't... Yeah.
He's like, hey, it's going to take forever.
If they wouldn't have got Johnny Depp for that movie, it would have just been a cheesy Disney movie. Mm-hmm. Back when it first came out, it would have just been that, and then it's like, oh, It was all right. But he's like such a good actor, and he makes that character so unique.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even like the movies, but he is like good at them, I guess. I saw part 1 most of the way through.
I mean, I've seen all 4. They talked about doing another one, and then
I just don't like the whole like makeup shit. Like anytime
he's got a lot of makeup on.
No, not makeup. I mean, like, I don't like dragon shit. I don't like oh, they're pirates, but they're all bones. Like,
I was like
made up, silly.
Well, he said like makeup stuff.
All
like, he's got like eyeliner on. You know, it's like
dudes with eyeliner is a good look.
Okay.
It looks cool. Like, if I thought I could pull it off, I'd do it.
Yeah.
Like Billy Joe Armstrong, the fucking Green Day guy.
Well, they gotta like wash and like be all like careful around their eyes and stuff. I can't do that.
You can't look like a badass putting it on.
No.
You know what I mean?
He's like, quit hitting bumps. Yeah. He's like looking in the mirror. Right?
I mean, like, you imagine like
I got a show tonight.
But you imagine like the first time, like he was a kid. And he came out with eyeliner. His dad's like, get back in there and wash that shit off, you faggot.
Yeah. Like, put that back in your sister's room.
Yeah, if you're going to suck a dick, at least do it looking like a man.
He's like, zip. No, anyways, we were talking about space. I wanted to get to something with that, right?
Space.
We're going to bounce back in space.
It's
not bouncing in space, right?
I mean,
I guess if someone's like drifting off, then like hit something, it would bounce.
I think there's only bouncing. You're either bouncing or...
Like on Armageddon, they're like, Neil Armstrong, he's bouncing on the moon.
Yeah.
Right? And the whole on Armageddon?
Yeah.
That was a stupid part.
Neil Armstrong, bouncing on the moon.
So, anyways, about our podcast, right? So what I was trying to get at is, our podcast is like out there forever, right? And it's not like ours. People are like, why is theirs all the way up? Right? They're like, why can't Rogan's? They're like, all right, sorry, space doesn't have enough bandwidth to keep all of Rogan's episodes.
It's just us in space.
But yeah,
fucking aliens are the only ones listening.
Aliens are
like, these guys are racist.
Ours is the only one that went out, so like they can only get ours. Yeah. And right now, since there's no like entertainment going out because of coronavirus, it's only the Bad Vibe podcast that's like reaching Mars or whatever, right?
People on Mars are just like.
They're like, it's not even here, but somehow we're quarantined. They're like, all we have is this.
If you're on Mars, you're just quarantined.
They're like, and Hulu.
Yeah. Hulu's a good one to have.
Anyways, so I hope those first 10 episodes somehow like go a different part in space.
I hope they go, into the sun. Like, that'd be a good place for them.
All right, so do you think there's ever going to be like people living on the moon, like in our lifetime?
On the moon specifically?
Yeah, I don't mean like there's like, well, even just like one guy, like one or like a team of like scientists or something like that.
Elon Musk says that he wants to die on Mars.
Who?
Elon Musk.
He wants to die on Mars?
He said, I want to die on Mars, just hopefully not on Contact, or what is it called?
Oh. Someone's like, got his wish. He's like,
yeah. Because if you say I want to die on Mars and then you accidentally crash into it trying to land and die, it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we got to make sure we have landing gear. She's like, why?
Yeah, where we're going, we don't need wheels.
He's like, yeah, we don't need landing gears.
It's not wheels. I was trying to think of the word.
Landing gears?
Landing gears.
Right? Yeah. Is it landing gears?
Landing gear?
Landing
gear. But landing gear is wheels. What they have is like these little leg things.
Like little platforms?
The thing that landed on the moon, which looks like fake.
Someone's like slapping their forehead. They're like, they know what it is. And they're like, I know what these two idiots are trying to say.
Well, like landing gear, like when the airplane's like, down the landing gear, that's wheels.
Okay.
Because the plane lands on wheels. If you land on Mars, I would assume there's no runways there.
No.
If you're the first
There's a guy out there with lights. Yeah. Right, he's like, hey, who got it in here?
Yeah. I mean, but it's
he's sitting there on the plane waiting for him to unload your luggage.
Oh shit.
But, all right, so they said there's like some gravity on Mars, right?
I guess.
Like it's more than like the moon.
Yeah.
But is there like clouds and shit there?
I don't,
they got like wind storms and stuff like that, sandstorms and shit.
I think there is some type of atmosphere, but like not much of one, because I heard.
Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. Mars might not even be real.
I mean, like there's like a robot over there, like their little remote control car. Yeah.
It'd be funny if you just saw it going through your yard one day. It's like, I thought it was on Mars. How did it end up at my house? They just had it out in the desert.
And there's lots of parts of like the country that have like red dirt. They could have just put it in there and took some pictures. Like, look, see, Mars is red. That's red. Right?
They're like, there's a house on Mars. Like, shit. We forgot to Photoshop it out.
Yeah.
But if Elon Musk said that one of the ideas or somebody had this idea to nuke Mars, and like where there's ice caps on top, like nuke that so to blast all that water up into the atmosphere and like start to create an atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Some people are way smarter than me.
They're like, yeah. So then we have radiation all over it before we even get there.
Yeah, but if you don't have a atmosphere, then radiation's an issue anyway from the actual sun. You know, like you know how here like that in the summertime, and people get like sunburned or whatever. Like I guess there you would just get that even if you're like not pale skinned, just all the time be sunburned. But also, you can't breathe there, so
yeah.
I think like sunburn would be the least of your worries.
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, you're like, I'm taking a shower and it hurts so bad.
You like have your hand over your throat. They're like, hey, what's wrong? You can't breathe. It's like, yeah, but it's the sun. You know, it's like nobody cares about the sun. Also, you're farther.
Like, you got any SPF 30?
Mars, you have to. Yeah, it's like recommended you use 30 and above.
I'm sure a lot more than
SPF Mars. But I don't.
Is it the lower the number, the better, or the? No, it's the higher number. Yeah.
Anything
it's not golf, right?
Anything where the lower is the better is gay. Like golf and like fucking shotguns. Like the lower numbers are bigger guns. They're like that's just the way it is. No, somebody made that. Make it the other way.
The lower number is a bigger gun.
Lower number of gauge is a bigger gun. Yeah. A 12 gauge is bigger than a 20 gauge.
Okay, so is there a 2 gauge?
The biggest I know of is an 8 gauge, and I can't imagine shooting one. I feel like it would rip your shoulder off. God. Like it's like the shells are like this big around, like as big as like a girl's wrist.
Like a fat girl or a skinny girl?
Real skinny, actually. Probably like a kid's wrist.
You're like a baby girl.
Yeah. You're like, in my head when I say girl, I'm thinking of a baby girl. Dude, I have such a your mind. You know how like when you think of something. We talked about it before. Like, you're thinking of a story or something, or somebody's telling you a story, and you imagine a guy being white, right? Because you're white. So when somebody talks about, if somebody's telling me about their kid, they're like, man, my kid, he did this, or my kid did this and this. In my head, it's a boy until they tell me different. And then when they tell me, I lose interest immediately. They're like, yeah, she's so, and I'm like, I don't care.
But I don't, though.
Because you have a girl.
Both. Yeah.
I mean, I have a stepdaughter, but not as a baby. I had her as like 8 or so.
The one's like, hey, my wife, you're like picturing her with a nice ass, right? He's like, dude, hey.
Dude, if somebody...
He's trying to get your attention, right? You're like, did you smack it? You're like, we were like at my grandma's or whatever. You're like,
I'm picturing his grandma, nice ass.
Like,
I do picture if somebody talks about their wife or girlfriend, or if they're talking about it like their daughter, but it's like she's like an older. I'm imagining them because I don't know them. They're always hot. It's never ugly, which is the opposite of the always.
Unless they're like fat or something, right?
Well, I'm saying if I don't know you.
Oh.
Like if you come to me and I've never met you and you're telling me you're like, yeah, whatever. And then you're like, yeah, my wife, in my head, because I'm in my head's playing out like what you're telling me. My wife made breakfast or whatever.
You're like,
I'm imagining
so good, right?
Just a nice fucking ass and she's just, she always wears short, shit like that. I'm not imagining, unless I know her, then I imagine what she looks like. But it's funny because
Until he's like, right? And they're like, yeah. Right? You were thinking about all that the whole time. You didn't hear his fucking story.
I'm thinking like, I wonder when he works. I could be fucking his wife while he's at work. But it's funny though that I say that because I'm like, if you talk about your wife, I imagine that she's hot if I don't know her.
And then she shows up and you're like, ugh. Right?
But
you're like, you're not what I imagined.
But if I talk about, if you tell me a story about a dude, I imagine him white because I'm white. But I'm imagining the girl hot. I'm not hot.
You're like, yeah, he's white. You're like, with a nice ass.
But does that mean that I want people to be white? Because I'm not thinking she's hot because I'm hot. It's because I want her to be hot. So when you tell me a story about some dude at work and I'm imagining he's white.
Maybe it depends on the story, though.
But is that, yeah, I mean.
You're like, hey, this guy's talking about something. He's like, my gardener. Right?
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, it's a white gardener.
No.
Right?
You're like, this guy I know. Dude. He's a rapper. He likes strawberry soda and hot Cheetos. Yeah. I'm not imagining a white dude. Mm-hmm. Even if you tell me he's white, when you continue the story, he's still black in my head.
Yeah. You're like, I got Corona from this guy. You're like, yeah, Chinese.
Yeah.
You're just like, right?
Would you fuck a
Chinese? Or Mexican, right? Depending on what kind of Corona you got.
Would you fuck a Chinese girl that had a slight fever right now?
I don't know.
But she's like hot, not just the fever.
Oh, yeah.
like a hot chick, like Chinese chick.
I'm picturing one with a nice ass, slanted eyes.
Yeah,
You picture the same one? They all look alike anyway.
Kind of small tits, unless she's like a mom or something. Yeah, if you ever watch porn and you watch like Chinese chicks, they all look so much alike. They all look roughly the same age, unless it's like a mom Chinese, and then they actually have like a woman's body. You know what I mean? It's like Chinese girl or Jap or whatever girl. They all look like kind of like childish bodies until you get to, and then if they're moms, then they look like what you think of as like a hot woman. So it's like they got to have a couple of kids in them to like put on that extra.
I'm still thinking about the space thing. I'm sorry.
Chinks in space?
No.
There's no chinks in space.
Yeah, midgets in space.
Yeah. Midgets in space probably should be the name of this episode.
So, no, I'm thinking, like, what if... Because I've really been thinking about a lot of space stuff lately.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, you think people would live in, like, a space station? You know, like they've done on movies, too?
Well, I think that'd be the only answer, because you can't go outside on the moon.
I know there's, like, people that, like, spend, like, a year or something like that. There's a guy that spent, like, a little over a year or something like that.
In space?
Yeah, like, he was, like, circling around or something like that.
Yeah, it fucks you up, though, too.
Yeah. But, I mean, they gotta do, like... Because there's no gravity up there, and they got to do, like, exercises, and
they come back, like, 3 inches shorter, and their head's all fucked up.
Yeah. All of a sudden, they're black.
Yeah, he comes back black, like, wait, who let a black guy on the spaceship? Yeah.
But,
I don't...
I mean, how do they... I mean, like, go and, like, be on a planet. You think, like, Mars or something like that. You think there'd be, like, all of a sudden there's, like, a space station. There's, like, 6 people living on Mars doing, like, tests and stuff.
That's what the plan is.
And then we're, like, down here doing a regular day-to-day job, making podcasts. And they're all, like, over there doing their day-to-day job. And it's just, like,
that's what
fucking forever.
That's what the plan is.
Yeah, no, but do you think it's going to actually happen, though?
Yeah, for sure it's going to happen.
Because, I mean, people were thinking this shit probably back in the fucking, like, late 60s and 70s. You know, when
no, but it's like there's plans in place for it to happen.
Yeah,
it's not like me and you were like, we should go to Mars. It's like smart people with like who have rockets are saying like, hey, this rocket's gonna go us to Mars.
Yeah,
they're still working on like some of the details, I guess, but they're fucking going. I say like, good riddance. You know what I mean? Our planet gets a little lighter, a little less traffic, a couple hundred. You know,
start spinning faster.
Yeah, a couple hundred retards on Mars.
Like, man, today went by pretty fast. Huh?
But the people that go to Mars, it's like that's a certain kind of dude, you know.
Yeah.
Suicidal, I would guess.
On movies, it always shows that it takes like 6 months to get there,
and they're always hot people.
You know, it's always like in shape people. Yeah,
I mean, they'll be in shape.
Fat people. There's some guy with like a headset eating Cheetos.
Some guy's got a bag of Funyuns. He's like, "When's this thing take off?"
Right? I'm picturing him wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and like cargo shorts, right?
And those kind of sandals that like dads wear or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't know about that.
Like a beard.
Yeah.
He's got like a beard, like not like a full, like nice grown beard.
No, it's like mine.
Patchy, right?
Like mine.
Bad with Cheetos in it too.
There's a little bit of pizza sauce on the side, and he didn't have pizza today.
Like he's like they're like getting in the thing ready to go blast off, and he's got Cheetos in it then. It's not like they've been in space for a while and he's let himself go. Like he just didn't clean them off.
Because it's like, who wants to go to Mars? And it's like, it's not going to be the best and brightest.
They're in space and his helmet's closed and there's like a Cheeto floating around in the...
He's trying to get it with his tongue.
Oh,
shit.
So, do you know what the first animal was in space?
A dog or a monkey or something?
Yeah, it was a dog. I always just thought it was a monkey, you know?
They sent a lot of dogs to space.
But yeah, like
Which,
dogs.
you know what's funny about that? Is that monkeys make sense because they're like anatomically similar to us. But dogs, they have to like change the seat. You know what I mean? They're like, you can't strap a dog into a human seat. Their legs are just sticking straight out in front of them. They're like, what the fuck?
They're like, how was the takeoff? I don't even have to say it.
That's ridiculous.
No, I've been really, really into the idea of like people going and doing all that stuff because
you should go, dude.
There's movies and stuff where like people are going like that one. What's it called? Where they go and it's like for like 180 years they're gonna be gone and it's pretty good.
That one.
Yeah, it's got Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence in it.
Oh yeah.
That one was pretty
He wakes
good.
her up just because he wants to fuck.
Yeah.
And then she finds out. She's, what the fuck, dude?
Spoiler.
Why would you wake me up? He's like, I was.
And then
you know how much he would have jizzed on that
Morpheus
glass?
wakes up.
You know how much he would have jizzed on that glass? Because, you know, if you haven't seen the movie, they cryogenically sleep until they get to where they're going because it's like hundreds of years. And you can look through the thing and see the people's faces. And this dude accidentally wakes up early. and he sees this beautiful girl, and he makes up in his head how awesome she is. So he wakes her up and acts like it's an accident.
And she actually is good. And she is cool.
Of course she is. They're the only two people. It's like, she likes me. It's like, no, she doesn't. You are a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
It would have been fucking funny if she woke up and she was a lesbian.
Yeah, or
right?
like a pre-op tranny.
Yeah.
You know, she's got big fake tits, but a fucking
He's
dong
like,
down there.
Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, for
He's
sure.
like, I'm going to wake up another one, I have to kill this one.
Yeah.
Right? Then I have to explain why that one's dead.
Then it's
right?
a hate crime.
Yeah,
That's the whole
you know?
thing. But I was thinking, when he's awake and he's
Then he
looking,
found out it was all like a prank that everybody's been watching, right?
But how many loads do you think he shot on that glass?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would.
It didn't cover all that because it was PG-13.
I know,
Right?
which is ridiculous.
It wasn't like XXX.
But you could just go around and look at these sleeping, like, you know, some.
It's called, like, it was starring Chris Splat.
That's what the news should have been called. It should have been about him jerking off on that fucking glass thing. But think about it, though. You would do it. There's nothing to do. You're bored. You haven't got laid in hundreds of years.
But see, the only reason he saw her, didn't he like trip or something happened?
He went looking for chicks.
No, but something happened and like tripped and he got up and it was like her. So it's like, that was like the first girl he looked at in the glass. They didn't show him looking at any other
There was
girls.
probably some
There's
way hotter
2,000 people on the fucking thing and he just happens to look at that one and that's the one he ends up choosing.
Yeah, there was probably some way hotter bitches on that thing.
Yeah. And that stupid fucking robot bartender tells on him.
Yeah. Don't trust robots. Every movie that has a robot in it, the robots aren't trustworthy.
Yeah.
There's never a movie.
You're Will Smith on iRobot.
No, I'm fucking Kyle Reese.
He hated them all.
If I'm anybody, I'm Kyle Reese.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I know what's going to happen and nobody will listen.
I want to see like a commercial or something of like Kyle Reese sitting there and like a Roomba. Right? And he's like watching it.
It will not stop until the room is clean. Do you understand? Like,
he's like mad at it.
Yeah, he's like,
I want it to be Edward Furlong though.
Yeah, but he wasn't that good.
No, I just want it to be Edward Furlong though. You know, I like him as.
Isn't he like weird looking now?
I know it's John Connor, but I mean, still, I want like him to be. And I was thinking like, who else would it be? I guess the actual original Kyle Reese would be better.
Yeah, nobody gives Kyle Reese any credit.
Yeah.
He is. Terminator 1 is one of my favorite movies, like, of all time. When I say one of, it's probably on a list of, like...
He was on Alien, too.
As well, you mean?
Alien.
I know what you mean, because I know he's...
Aliens. Was it Aliens was, too.
Yeah, but you know how, like, cool that is? That somebody made a movie called Alien, and then part 2 was called Aliens? Mm-hmm. And I don't think it gets enough credit. No. That's pretty cool. Because they always try to do something cool with it.
Yeah.
The title will be like, the 2 is the S. Yeah. Get it?
Look who's talking to.
Yeah, ugh. Ugh. A baby that's talking. The only thing good about babies is they don't fucking talk.
On the second one, it's got a girl, and it's like Roseanne. Yeah. The baby talks like Roseanne. And then the guy talks like Bruce Willis. Like,
I watched that once when I was a kid and didn't like it, so I don't remember that.
I watched it a bunch.
You like it?
I'm like on this one scene.
That too. If anybody has a Look Who's Talking tattoo, like...
This is I'm talking to.
D-O-O. Oh shit! That movie was awful.
Aliens are gonna be sitting there and like
we've talked about
a million years, and they're like, "Look who's talking."
We've talked about it before. I don't know if it was on here or not, but you know how in Look Who's Talking, it's like the sperm is like talking.
Yeah.
It's like how does it? First of all, how would it? Obviously, I know it's stupid, but it's like it's already a boy. Mm-hmm. Like it shouldn't have a conscience. That movie is so degrading to women because women are just like. The whole, like, human being, the soul of this human being is in the cum. Yeah. And with the egg, I don't know, it's weird girl stuff. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Let's get this part over with so we can get back to this boy talking. You know what I mean? It's like, but even the baby girl, it's like the cum talks, not the egg. Uh-huh. So it's
I thought about that part.
Yeah, it's very... You
definitely looked into it a lot more than I did.
I'm all about women's rights, if nothing else. But it really is, though.
Look who's talking goo.
Dude. Oh shit! Yeah, that should be the next iteration or whatever.
Part 4. I think there's a part 3.
There's 3. Is it John Travolta?
I think
I was thinking it was John Travolta. Yeah. That can't be right. Skinny John Travolta,
like regular
Like pre-Pulp Fiction, John Travolta.
No.
Because
yeah, Pulp Fiction came out in the 90s. Well,
Like
that came out in the 90s too. So I don't know which one was first, but
because
I can't see them seeing Pulp Fiction and seeing how he's like a murdering drug addict guy, and then have him in that.
Yeah, what's in that
Kids movie.
briefcase is like his cum or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like his talking cum.
So whenever Samuel L. Jackson looks at it, it's like golden.
Yeah.
It's on his face. You don't, because you never know what's in it.
It's cum.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
Money.
Yeah, I guess so. Golden, shiny money?
It just does that to grab your attention.
Yeah, no. Quentin Tarantino is like weirdly good.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. When you watch anybody else's movies, like some are good, some are bad or whatever, but his movies are just like, he's got something with that.
Yeah.
Like whatever
And he knows it.
His like style and
I like how in Inglourious Bastards, what I read, that he
you read that?
that he had read that, or I had read, someone read, right? They're like, liar!
Red and Andy?
No, but anyways, I had read that someone wrote, no, that he...
I'm so lost right now.
In Inglourious Bastards, there's a scene where, like, the guy wasn't, like, choking the girl right. So
he choked her?
He did it because he had, had training on how to, like...
How do you have training on how to choke a girl?
So in the movie, when you look at it...
Called my ex.
And, like, Christopher Waltz or whatever, like, knocks her down, and she's got the cast on it or whatever, and he found out that she's lying. And he puts on the little shoe, like, Cinderella. Mm-hmm. And then, anyways, he ends up, like, knocking her down. When it cuts to her face and he's choking her, that's Quentin Tarantino's hands.
Yeah.
So he's, like, choking her or whatever, so it looks real, but he's not hurting her. Because some people will end up choking someone and, like, break that little thing in there.
Yeah.
Or, it won't look real. So they're either going to hold back, and then, he has to have a good scene.
Especially that. It's, like, kind of like the climax of the movie.
Yeah, because that's what, like, now he's doing it. He's been playing games the whole time,
yeah,
and now he's done with it.
Yeah.
Like, he's already got it. Oh, well.
You know that scene when the Christopher Waltz guy and the Jewish chick, Shoshana, or whatever her real name is,
mm-hmm.
when they're eating those fucking pastries, they look so good.
Yeah.
There's movies like that where they'll show a food.
When he puts creme on there?
Yeah, the creme looks so good.
Well, one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie, though, when he's in there and they're in the floorboards.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And he's walking up. Holy shit, dude. That acting
that movie is
amazing.
Just exceptional.
Like, I want to
Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I've heard it's pretty awesome.
I like that time era, with the you know what it's about?
Yes, the Manson murders.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And I know the spoiler.
I didn't know that, and I was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I know who that is.
The, what's her name, Tate?
Yeah.
Sharon?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, shit, And then I was like, ah.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. I didn't know all that until it was, like, unfolding,
Remember when your friend met Quentin Tarantino?
Yes. Okay, it wasn't my friend.
You gotta tell this story, because it's my favorite story.
It's not my friend. It was, like, a friend of a friend. Those, like, stories.
So it's not true.
Again, they're like, liar, right?
Yeah.
But no, all right, so I've known this for fucking ever now, though. It was a long, long time ago. So a guy that, like, a friend of mine knows was in Las Vegas. And, like, they're out in the casino or whatever, and they're going to go into he goes up to the elevator or whatever to go up to his room. And when he goes in, Quentin Tarantino walks in. And he's sitting there, and he's the only guy in there with Quentin Tarantino. He's sitting there, he's thinking,
crazy.
Fucking door closes, and he's sitting there, and he's like, it's Quentin Tarantino, I know it is. What am I going to say? And he's like, he turns to him, and he's like, are you Quentin Tarantino? Quentin Tarantino looks at him, and he's like, fuck yeah, I am. And the door's open, and he walks out.
So he's not just perfect, like scenes in movies. He knows how to make a perfect scene in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like, fuck yeah, I am. And then walks out.
Damn.
Like, damn. Like, he's like, fuck. Someone's like, hey, are you Dwight Smith? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I am. And they're like, all right.
And they're like, you've been served.
Right? He's like, can you put your hands behind your back? I didn't see he had a badge. but no.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, fuck yeah, I am. And they're like, okay.
So you've never been accosted by fans? Actually, you kind of have. Not fans, but like you've ran into people like, man, I love the podcast. Like,
oh yeah, everyone. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Do you get all weird?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll sit. I'm like, what do I want to sit back? But I mean, it's cool. That's what it's for,
Yeah, it's awesome. Like the whole world's falling apart right now. Everybody's probably gonna be dead by the time this comes out. And it's fun to just, like, give this to whoever wants to listen to it. It's free. Mm-hmm. There's no fucking football. There's none of that shit.
Yeah, so. Nothing's going on right now. It's like the world's in lockdown.
How fucking weirded out are you?
Well, see, when I went on my trip...
You weren't too weirded out then.
When I was on my trip, and I was just like, oh, that's cool. I was thinking it was going to be like the last couple Satanists that they're like, oh, no, the world's going to end. And then it's like a week later, they're like, I didn't say the world was going to end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's those people.
It did for 20 people.
I didn't freak out. No, I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And, but, and then this, I was just kind of in the back of my mind was like, well, be careful, but, I mean, like, And then I get back, and it's like, I have not seen a package of toilet paper on a shelf since before we left.
Crazy.
So good thing we already had some already. We've just been recycling it.
Yeah.
We're using the back.
Use the bag, yeah. Tear the plies apart.
We're washing them, hanging up on the fucking, clotheslines. Yeah. But no, it's not like scary so much. Where I work, I am exposed a little bit to people, so we got to be careful there.
No, but my point is, like, not are you not scared of the sickness? Because that's like, if you get
the world destroying.
The world is fucking weird. The economy is just in complete collapse.
But you got to realize that we're both the same way in this, that we love anarchy.
Oh, no. I've said it a million times. Like, there's a part of me that's enjoying this. Mm-hmm. Just seeing it, how it plays out. Because I like the novelty of it.
We'll all burn.
Yeah, but I like the novelty of it. Because it's like somebody said the other day, they're like, they're saying, I was a little bit, like, kind of freaked out about this, and so I called my mom and, just say, like, you have any advice or, make me feel better? And she's like, yeah, I've never seen anything like this. And his mom's, like, 75 years old. Wow. Nobody's ever seen this. This is new. This has never happened before. Mm-hmm. We completely shut the whole country down. You can't go outside. They're trying to say, like, well, if they catch you outside, you can get in trouble, which I will not comply with that. I'm still an American. But, I'm not going to go out there fucking spitting in old ladies' mouths or anything. But unless they want me to, she's just into it.
She's like, do it again, right? Yeah. Corona man. Right?
She's like, put the D in COVID-19. But I just, it's so fucking eerie and weird. Today I had like a miniature panic attack. Because like how I had
pandemic.
Yeah, I had
a pandemic attack.
Pandemic. But because you have that tendency where I have like the anxiety and depression, all that shit, and I just started getting like my head like started swirling, like because I said something to my wife about like I want to go. I was like, I'd like to just like go somewhere, and she's like, well, you can't. And I was like, yeah, but I started talking fast, and I started breathing too fast. And she's like, are you okay? And I was just like, and it's not like I'm panicking because of the disease. It's just I don't like that.
You're like, way of the future. Way of the future, right?
That guy.
You're like washing your hands until they bleed. Have you seen that video?
Somebody washing his hands.
Somebody said something about we need to do it like Howard Hughes.
Yeah.
And he's like washing his hands like
it's when he washes them till they bleed. Yeah. But the panic attack wasn't about I'm scared I'll get the disease or anything. It's just everything's so fucking weird.
Everybody else is him in the theater. Yeah. Quarantining himself. Right?
Well, that's what I told, because my wife's like, you should wash your hands better and more. And I was like, yeah, I'll be like Howard Hughes. I was like, not with the hand wash. I'm just going to piss in jars and let my toenails grow out. And she's like, what? Like, I don't think she had any history on.
Where was this?
I told my wife that.
Oh, was you like at the store?
No, because
the lady's like, okay.
She's like,
here's your change, sir. Yeah. she's like pissing bottles.
I'm halfway there. I usually have pretty long toenails.
She pushes that little panic button underneath.
She's trying to fake smile and pushing the panic button.
She moves that little shotgun towards you.
But it is like it's a weird. It's like I'm a little bit creeped out because there's nothing else going on. Mm-hmm. Like it's just like if you turn on the TV. I mean, we don't have like regular TV, but like how you have on like Hulu or whatever. There's this thing. It's like COVID something.
It's everywhere.
Everything, and it's like everybody. That's what they're talking about, and we've talked about it a lot. And it's like it weirds me out because it's like I don't like not knowing when something's gonna end. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like when something's, like, indefinite. It gives me anxiety. And, and I just...
You'd rather just know it's going to end soon than not know that it's going to end soon.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, like, it's not a thing. Like, okay, let's say there's something you hate. Like your mom makes you go to church, and you're just miserable sitting in there. But you know, like...
I've been there.
Yeah, but you know that in an hour you get to go. And it's going to be awesome. Here, it's like, it's miserable and it sucks and everybody...
you're sitting there like, panicking.
And
you're like, in like 30 minutes we'll leave, or we're going to go to CC's.
Yeah.
You're like, But this, you're like, in 30 minutes it's going to end. It's not.
They're like, hey, everything... At first, you know, the first thing I heard was, like, around here, they're going to open schools back up at the beginning of May. And then now they're like, I mean, this thing's probably going to go for about 3 or 4 more months. And then it's like, there'll probably be a second wave.
Yeah, did I tell you that?
Next fall. I mean, a lot of people have said that.
Yeah, we were talking about that at work today, how they're saying, like, in, like, September, October, it might end up kicking back up again and have another outbreak because everyone's going to go back to business as usual. Yeah. And then, like, there's still going to be cases out there and it's going to spread again. Yeah.
And it's just, like, all the talk... It's hard for me to explain this, but my mental state is affected not by the disease... Anything, it's just the buzz of it, the whole, like, that it's everywhere, and every day my wife's like, oh, they cut this out and they shut this down and the town is empty, and it's just, I keep hearing it and I keep thinking about it. And
they're like, nobody can be out after 6 until 6 a.m. or they'll get a $1,000 fine.
Yeah, there's no way I would pay that fine.
And you're like,
I am an American.
You know?
You know what I'm saying?
And then they're like, there's all these weird fake news where it's like, the president said it's going to be a two-week mandatory stay at home for everyone in the country. So power's going to go out, water's going to go out, and there's going to be shit falling apart.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know what I mean? It's going to look like I Am Legend, right? We're going to be like hunting lions and fucking, and you know.
Turns out I'm the monster to the monsters.
Did you hear though that they said that it's down to an average of one person dying every 24 hours in Victoria, in New York.
In Victoria, that'd be bad.
Yeah, like, goddamn. No, but in New York. In New York, one person is dying every 24 hours. That's the average.
That's not bad, right? Is that good or bad?
Holy shit.
Wait, is that bad?
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, I thought that was good.
One a day?
I don't know. It just
like, I take vitamins 2 a day. Right? You know what I mean?
Central Silver is one a day.
You know, I'm like, they're like almost caught up to me.
No, but I thought that you were saying like, hey, did you hear? Because here's what's fucked up about
I'm like,
you.
yeah, only one person is dying a day because of this.
You didn't say
in
only.
New York, not worldwide.
You didn't say only, but you said it with a cheery look on your face.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, did you hear? One person's dying every 24 hours.
Because it ain't here, and ain't know anyone I know, right?
Yeah,
I wonder if like any comedians or anybody have like died because of it.
A country singer that I knew of his songs when I was a kid died. Joe Diffie.
Oh, I don't know.
Diffie Lube. If he didn't,
whatever happened to Tom Hanks?
He's fine now.
Oh, he like he's cured of it?
Yeah, him and the fucking Idris Elba.
He is.
Wonder why they got tested. They're perfectly healthy and they got tested. Why? Because they're rich? Because they're famous? Well, like, we got to make sure Tom's okay.
Maybe they're in a certain area. And
yeah, I think that's what it was. They came
in
contact with it.
You know?
Idris Elba. Is that how you say his name?
I don't know. It's like the black dude from...
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
He kind of could...
He has like a different... I don't know if he's like Australian or something.
He's British.
Yeah.
You don't look British.
No, you don't look British, no.
They're all pasty white guys with bad teeth. He's got decent teeth and he's black.
He drinks black tea. That's what happens when you drink black tea over there. It's probably really, really, really sweet tea.
Yeah. They put... I mean, he's drinking purple juice or whatever. Yeah. Purple drink. Yeah. It's funny, though, because we put those stereotypes, and that's an American... That's like an African-American thing. Mm-hmm. But when you see, like, Idris Elba or whatever, you're like, yeah, you know, he probably, like... You know, drinks purple soda and like, but that's not a thing there. No, like that's not. He's all like,
but he's like, wow, that's good.
I mean, he'd like it.
That's really good.
You know, I mean, you'd like it. Purple soda's good.
What kind of melon is this?
Yeah.
I mean, he'd say it different.
Oh shit! Yeah. But he just can dunk and all that stuff that. But our black people are superior. I'll say this.
Someone tells a joke, he runs off.
Yeah, he grabs his...
Right.
I'll say, this is my level of racism. Our black people are the best black people. We fucking hit the jackpot. I know, it's kind of weird how we got them here and stuff. I get that. Mm-hmm. Sucks. But our blacks are the best. Those British guys, Idris Elba...
I know you're trying to make it sound good, but it didn't sound good.
Sounds like racist.
Yeah, you said our blacks are the best.
Yeah. I don't own them.
Yeah.
I just say they're one of us. American black people. Think about this. All the entertainment, like the best sports people are black people. Most of the best entertainment... Just think about comedy. If you make a list of like the top 20 comedians, like 16 of them are black dudes. Music. Black dudes are awesome at music. The way everybody wants to look cool is dressed like black people.
You want to fuck one?
I mean, why?
Right?
You know one? You got one? Mm-mm. But I'm saying our black people, Idris Elba is just a British dude who has dark skin. Mm-hmm. He's not, there's nothing special, like there's nothing different about him from other British dudes. But like fucking, you know, Lil Wayne or something, he's not like a white American just with dark skin. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying we hit the jackpot. It's just the way it happened. It got a little weird there for a little while.
Yeah, you're like, I love black people. Right?
I'm just saying, it's undeniable that American black people are...
I love black people. Right?
Show me the money. Oh, shit. Dude, did you see the, what the fuck? Okay, you didn't see this. I don't know, I thought I sent it to you, but I might not have. But back in the 80s, I saw this video, and I'd heard the story before, but I just
in the 80s you saw it?
No.
It wasn't YouTube in the 80s.
No. So, back in the 80s...
It was the boob tube, right?
There really was. People, I don't know why they called it that. A lot of boobs on TV, I guess. I know where tube comes from.
No, because it's like draining your mind into like the boobs.
I don't think that's it.
Sucking on the boob tube.
There's no way that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's draining your mind like sucking on a boob. There's no way that's the connection.
Why? I want to know why.
Why they call it boob?
Yeah, why is the TV called a boob tube?
I'm going to Google it.
Right?
Why? Okay, boob.
Yeah.
I put that in and my autofill is like... my autofill is like, we know what
it's
you're
like
looking
tits,
for.
black ass, black guys. Right?
Oh, shit. Boob tube meaning. Boob tube. It means television. I know that.
Oh, you didn't do it right.
I know
Why is boob tube?
Librarians are scrambling for ways to compete with the boob tube.
Yeah, you didn't look it up right.
Boob tube. Etymology. Boob tube. Okay, how to spell etymology.
This is like horrible.
It's great.
Aliens are going to change the channel.
To nothing. Boob tube. The two words are combined based on the notion that much of what is viewed on television is either foolish or geared towards foolish people, also known as baboozy, a word coined by H.L. Mencken, the class composed of all who can sit. So boob means like...
sucking on boobs when you're watching TV.
No, boob means
Netflix
like a dumb...
and chill. It all comes full circle, right?
Yeah, so boob means like a dummy or whatever.
Okay.
What if you're watching documentaries? Anyway, in the 80s, I saw this video recently, and I had heard about it before. There was this time in Oregon, this fucking whale washed up on the like a beached whale. It was dead in Oregon. Okay. And so people were coming, they're like, what are we going to do? Because this motherfucker's like huge. Like as big as like
they said it like that?
Maybe. I feel like in the 80s, they didn't say that on the news.
This motherfucker's huge.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't sound like that.
He's like, I'm pretty the whale. Right?
I'm tired of these motherfucking whales on this motherfucking beach. So it was like the size of like a trailer house. And
double wide? Right?
Single wide.
You're like 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah. No, it's single wide. Like Granny's old house, you can touch
like
both walls.
Big porch. Okay.
On about 5 acres. So, and they didn't know what to do, so they had to call like animal services and shit. And finally, this dude came up with an idea to blow it up with dynamite.
What the fuck?
And a lot of people agree that this was a good idea for some reason. The 80s must have been wild.
They did it?
Yeah.
Yes.
How wild was the 80s?
Like, this happened 40 years ago, but I'm happy.
Yeah. There's video.
I'm going to imagine this nice, fat-ass whale.
With his tail spread out.
It's black and white. No.
So it's this humongous whale that weighs like 40 tons or whatever.
It's like a killer whale or those bigger ones, right?
It's not like fucking Shamu. It's like big.
Okay.
Like in the videos, like I'm telling you, it's like the size of like a trailer house.
Yeah, there's those ones that are like ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't even look real. Mm. So and this dude's just like.
Did they put the dynamite in the blowhole?
Probably. I mean,
yeah.
That might not have been the main place they put it, but the guy with dynamite's like, I gotta put one in there. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm gonna put all this under. Now I'm gonna put one in there. You know? But he sticks one up his pussy. You know, he's like,
yeah.
He's like, yeah, she's starting to stink. They're like, how do you know it's a girl? He's like, I don't know. Smell his fingers. Smells like tuna. They're like, I don't know. That could be either one.
Anyway.
So so that dude, they're like, what should we do? He's like, I think we should blow it up with dynamite. And like everybody was like, yeah, I mean, it seems reasonable. I don't know what they were thinking. They even said, like, this dude's like, look, I was in Vietnam. I know about explosives and stuff. We'll just have to set it under the well in a way that when it blows it up, it'll blow most of the pieces. It's going to, like, vaporize, they said. Mm-hmm. But he said most of the pieces will blow out towards the ocean. No big deal. So somehow everybody agrees. And so when it comes time to blow this motherfucker up, there's just people are there just to, like, watch it. Because, like, they didn't have, like, Netflix and shit back then. Mm-hmm. So they're just, like, sitting up. So it's like one of those beaches where it's like a beach and there's, like, a bluff or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they're up on it. And because the guy's like, yeah, everybody stay back at least. And I don't remember now, but he said the amount he said, they had to know he was wrong. He's like, yeah, everybody stay back, like about 100 yards or so, mm-hmm. And he even said, the dude was like, he's like, yeah, so I figured out how much dynamite I needed, and I just kind of like doubled it just to be sure.
Oh my
it's
God.
Like, God, the fuck were you thinking?
Oh shit.
So they're getting ready, and everybody's there. Like, they brought their kids and shit. They want to watch because it's like the thing to see. And like it goes off, it's like boom, and it's like everybody's like, oh, that's awesome. Then you start hearing splat, splat. Chunks of it are just falling down. It totals a car, like a chunk of fucking whale. Like this, I forget what they said. Like the size of like
like a truck or something?
No, like the chunk wasn't humongous, but a size like the chunk of like a stove or something.
Oh my God.
Like fell and just like crushed a car. I think it was one of the reporters. Pieces were like knocking people unconscious. Fucking, for some reason they thought it would vaporize.
Yeah.
I guess they wanted to breathe in dead whale. I don't know. But you watch the video and it showed from like where they told people it'd be safe. And you see like, and it's just like this cloud of dust, and you could start hearing the beat. It's so funny. People are like, "What the fuck?" And you see people like ducking, and the camera's all shaking. But for whatever reason, they thought it would be a good idea to blow up that whale. And that's it. To me, the funniest thing is because you know how like in the '80s,
what else would they have done though?
I don't know. The only thing I could think of if I was them is like leave it there and just like section off that part of the beach for a while.
It's gonna never go away.
No, it'll go away.
The thing's as big as a fucking trailer.
Or tie a rope to it and run the rope out to like a boat that's out in the deeper water and pull it. Maybe
pull it back in.
Maybe. I mean, I don't
like real far out.
Yeah, just take it out. I mean, I wouldn't blow it up.
Sharks and stuff would eat it then.
Yeah, because they said like there was like birds eating it and shit already.
So, but like now you've made a really big mess.
I mean, there's fucking chunks of that shit. I think they said like half a mile away is where it totaled the car, or a quarter mile away or something. It was just like, and I saw like pictures of the car. It's just like caved down. I mean, but they thought that
people just running everywhere, wailing.
Yeah, I mean, that's whaling is what they were doing. Like that's what that's called. It's called whaling. They're just blowing up a fucking whale. But
maybe it wasn't called a blowhole until that happened.
Oh shit! But yeah,
they're like that. You know how people say, like, you're probably gonna know where I'm going with very quickly on this. They're like, a banana fits perfectly in your hand. Right? God made whales have that in case they die and end up on a beach.
That's the best way to put dynamite in them. Yeah, I mean, it is like, I don't even know. I had heard that story, or I'd seen like a show about it or something, a documentary, like years ago. And then the other day I was looking at Facebook or something, and like this thing came up, and I was like, oh yeah, and I meant to send it to you, but I didn't.
It was like the 40th anniversary of the...
Something, because it happened like back in like 82 or some shit like that. Or so, I don't know. It was a long time ago in a galaxy far away. But it wasn't like... it was just like local news, like... Nowadays, if there was like a dead whale somewhere, I guess it would be, but it seems like it would be like a big thing. Mm-hmm. But there, it was just like the town's news guy. It wasn't like a big thing. Also, they didn't bring in like whale getting rid of experts. They're just like the local guy that had dynamite.
Yeah, they also had the town's like explosive guy.
Well, he was just some dude that had dynamite. He's been burning a hole in his pocket. He's just been waiting. That dude's been waiting for something to blow up.
Yeah, it shows him on there. He's like, yeah, I'm a scientist with this. I know what to do.
He had dynamite.
He's just like, give me a fucking lighter. I want to fucking blow it up, right?
He had dynamite, and the
He's
next...
like, I was going to blow up a cat, but this is way better, right?
I was going to say, his idea, he got that dynamite, and he made up his mind. Whenever somebody comes to me and they have a problem, I'm fixing it with dynamite no matter what. Somebody's like, my cat's stuck in a tree. Little Jimmy skinned his knee. Anything. He was blowing it up. You know what I'm saying? So it just so happened that it was a well, but it could have been anything else. My car won't start. Oh, yeah? I can fix that. We're going to fucking casino it. But,
wow.
Yeah. I have a feeling that dude just had dynamite, and as soon as he heard something, he's like, oh, well, what? Okay, I'm in.
He might be, like, telling that story right now. You know?
He probably has told it every day since it happened.
He's like,
I blew up a goddamn well with dynamite.
Yeah. How much dynamite did he use? Like, that's what I want to know.
It probably said on there, but
what's the equivalent? Like, what is it, you know, like, used for, like, military? Like, how many... I don't know the wording for it.
I think it had like the same. It had more kinetic force than the fucking like Twin Towers or something. I made that number up, but I could look it up. I mean, if you just
well, as long as it took you a while to go to look up boob tube. I don't know if we have time.
Well, it's just it's easier to look this up. Well,
easier?
Dynamite.
Might.
I spelled dynamite wrong.
I want something like that to happen again.
Look at that picture. You know? That's like a still of when it blew up. But it's
he's like he's got that like on his wall.
Yeah, I mean, you would.
He might have some of it on his wall.
There's some of it on everybody's walls in that town.
It's like when Hiroshima, right? There's like stains of it still on the concrete.
There's a piece that lands now.
Oh.
But look.
There's a museum where you can go and see, like, chunks of it.
You want to turn the volume up and let it go to the mic?
And people's shoes.
You don't want volume?
You hear it? This is like shoes.
See the well, though, right? Mm-hmm. It's fucking humongous.
That's before they blew it up, right?
Yeah, if they blew it up and then it's still, which is like a whole well, it's like, yeah, I mean, we probably should have went a little.
So what? Like a lot of that was sand on there.
Yeah, sand for sure flew up in the air, but chunks of this fucking whale. And look how like boring your life is. I know we're watching this and shit, but people are just like, let's take a picture with the whale, honey. You know, it's like, look how weird the '80s looked.
Yeah.
Like the '80s, like just imagine, like I was alive at this time.
Well, I mean, what's crazy is when you go and watch like a video from World War, I know it's the camera that's making it look old, you know, because like if you were like back in that time, of course, people's like colors of clothes were different because we don't do that now. Styles.
Look at this guy. Oh, this is the dynamite guy. We got
and then like haircuts and stuff were different.
We're not sure just exactly how much explosives it'll take to disintegrate this thing, so the scavengers, seagulls, and crabs and whatnot can clean it up.
Oh yeah, I'd listen to him.
Is there any chance it might be more than a one-day job? If there's any large chunks left, and
he has no idea.
We may have to do some other cleanup, possibly set another charge.
He just wants more dynamite. Dude, you heard him say that. Is there any, could it be a 2-day job? He's like, well, we might have to set another charge.
Yeah.
We hope, you know? All he wants to do is blow shit up. But anyway, so we're continue to play the video. If you want to look this up on your own, it's the infamous exploding whale on YouTube. But, so, see, there's like a crowd. They're like, I want to see it. They're in a bad spot if it blows up.
Yeah.
Because even if it blows them back, there's like a wall behind them. They're just going to get pressed. These guys are like, dude, this is fucking, there's nothing on the boob tube. Let's watch this, right? Uh-huh. But, I mean, it's just like a day. Like, somebody was just like, was divorced and had their kids that weekend and was like, can't think of nothing to do. Yeah. And he's like, wait, they're blowing up a goddamn whale this weekend.
And someone's just like going to the beach.
Somebody was just swimming on the beach and didn't know.
Yeah, someone's like, what are they doing over there? What's with that whale?
Oh, you missed it.
You know?
But, yeah, you're just at the beach and you're like chilling or whatever. And the next thing you know, a fucking 60-pound piece of whale hits you in the back of the head, you know? But here, they're going to blow it up. The footage is so bad it doesn't even look like a whale from this distance. It's just like blocks of like...
Oh my gosh.
I mean...
It looked like it blew up more at the head, too.
Dude, this is the best part.
The tail of it still was...
You hear it? You can hear it hitting the ground. You hear it? Those noises sounds like machine gun fire is whale hitting the ground.
Pieces of it just everywhere.
All right,
you know it had to just stink.
Well, that's the whole...
Like, the thing was there for a long time, right?
That was the whole thing of them wanting to get rid of it, too, though, is that it just stunk so bad. Now they're just like, hey, what if we just vaporize that stink and get it everywhere? You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know how that one thing stinks in that one place? Let's spread that all over town. Look, dude, look at that car. It's just fucking caved in. Oh, yeah, here's a better view of it. Yeah, it just, the whole cab of the car is caved in, the hood. And the guy's just like, well...
Yeah, y'all need to go and look at this and see it, because that is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I want to see something like that now, though, because, like, think of the fucking footage.
Yeah, like 4K.
You know what I mean? I mean, of course, they're not going to be like, oh, yeah, let them blow it up.
Well, but
not now.
The thing is, you say not now. It's not because we're smarter. It's because they did then. We know what happens when you blow one up now.
Yeah.
It destroys cars and gets fucking stinky, like, well blubber.
People blow stuff up and stuff, you know, anyways, now.
What if you did this?
Better charge, maybe you know what you're doing, better control.
I have an idea.
You know what I mean? Not have people just sitting on the beach watching.
If it happens again, they should put me in charge. And, so, what if you took, like, metal or even, like, concrete or something, and you made, like, a barrier over 3 sides of it? So that
now that can be a projectile, right?
Yeah, maybe I'm as bad as
now there's bricks flying.
I'm just saying, so that the only open...
Now you have missiles.
It's like a barn over it, kind of.
You're going to hit the aliens that are listening to the show, right?
I mean, but you see what I'm saying, though, right? It's like made of metal or something, and the only open part is facing the ocean.
You're like, what if they stuffed it in a tube, right? And then, like, put, like, firepower on one side?
Like one of those T-shirt launchers they have in games.
They're going to make like a cannon out of it.
Dude, a well cannon. They try to shoot it across the ocean, but they put too much dynamite and it hit Japan.
And when it shoots through, it's like,
Remember my old car that used to sound like a
more
well?
whales show up.
But I mean, what if they buried it? Couldn't you just bury it?
In the sand right there?
I mean, right there, I guess the water would wash all the sand off of it.
Yeah.
They said it'd be hard to move because it was so rotten.
Yeah, now it's like they had to like bring in more sand. You know what I mean?
But could you just bury it? What if you just went deep enough? Like you buried it 30 feet deep. I could do that easy with a shovel.
Anyways, all right. So you need to go check out the well video.
Yeah, exploding well in Oregon, and watch the video. It's amazing. I
want to see the Texas size plastic thing out in the ocean.
I want to go visit it.
I want to see like a thing above it, you know.
I've never
flying over it, and you're like, "What is that?" And they're like, "It's twice the size of the Texas, sir."
Yeah.
Right?
I think that it's like there's something about it that doesn't add up.
What do you mean?
Like I believe that it's there, but I don't think it's like what you think. I don't think it's like as if you took Texas and it was out in the ocean. I think it's more like it's like deep and stuff. Just because, like, I mean, if it was that, it's like...
Yeah, but, all right, so you're thinking it's deep, like it's, like, almost like an iceberg kind of.
Yeah, it must be something like that.
How? Because it's got to just disintegrate it to where it's, like, it's melted together?
Because it's not like it's like an old Orange Crush bottle. It's like plastic, as broke down as it can get, and it's, like, all melded together, just plastic.
What I've seen is there is, like, bottles and stuff on the side, like trash
too.
bags, and it's just, like, I mean, it's insane.
So what do we do?
And people are like, oh, look, let's all let these balloons go. They in there.
Oh,
right?
For sure. Every time some
kid
kid
in
dies...
Plastic, Texas.
Yeah.
Right?
Anytime some kid dies or something, they let off like 46 balloons because that was like his football number.
Yeah, they send the kid there.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, realistically, like, that is just pollution. And everybody's like, it's so sweet. Like, no, I mean, it's pollution.
Yeah, then if I go and throw a cheeseburger wrapper out my window and a cop sees, I got a $10,000 fine.
Well, what if you told him, like,
right?
oh, some kid died and we're doing this as a memorial? You know? He loved cheeseburgers and he hated the environment.
He just cried.
Yeah, we wanted to do balloons, but he said birds choke on those. So, have you ever found one?
He ends up doing, like, he does, like, a little police follow or, like, escort or whatever to the nearest, like, McDonald's so he can do it again. Right?
Oh, dude, that reminds me. Did you
escort?
see, I told you about it via text, but did you see the parade in our town the other day?
No, I didn't.
You heard it, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah, we heard them pass by.
They don't come to this part of town.
We heard them pass by.
Well, just for the listeners, so...
everyone's doing it. Every fucking stupid-ass town has their teachers driving around in a car in a parade.
Yeah, well, I kept hearing the siren, and I was like... At first, I thought, like, maybe there was, like, fire or something.
Well,
it was like...
Y'all told us about it. We were watching a movie, and I heard it, and it fit with the movie the first time it went off. Right?
That's like when you have a dream about a car backing up when
like,
your alarm goes
whatever
off.
was happening, they were, like, in the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the guy was, like, walking down the thing, and then we hear, like, the alarm, like, I was just like, all right, it's kind of loud.
Yeah.
It was kind of loud for the movie scene and didn't fit really, but it was like, all right, it's just city stuff. And then like the second time it happened, it wasn't city stuff, and it's like the same sound. I was like, wait, what?
You think every noise you hear while you're watching a movie is part of the movie? Like somebody's knocking on your door, and you're
badass
like,
surround sound.
yeah, somebody's knocking on your door, and you're like, why don't this asshole in the movie answer the door?
My wife's like, take off your shoes, right? And I'm all like, yeah, this guy's always getting in trouble for his shoes on too.
Yeah.
Right?
So anyway, they had this parade thing.
It's like, quit fucking my sister. And I'm like,
it's funny how often you make jokes about fucking your wife's sister, and it's not as funny as it could be because she is hot. Your wife's sister is hot, so when you say it, it's like your wife's probably like, "Come on, man." If her sister was ugly, it'd be funny.
I make the joke with her all the time.
Her sister's got a nice ass, dude.
I make a joke with her all the time about all of her sisters, though, because she's just like, "I'm gonna hit you."
Yeah, but you know which one I'm talking about.
Anyways, I'm always like making the joke with her or whatever, because her sisters and all that stuff. It's just funny.
Your fucking sister.
She's like, "I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna hurt you," and that's just how it ends.
So,
but I mean, like, it's funny because like sometimes, like you were saying, like with the movie or whatever, we hear like a kid crying or something, and we pause it. We think it's one of the kids,
and then it is. So you turn the movie up louder,
right? And then we find out it's one of them. And we go, she goes and handles it while I sit there and get pissed because I have it on pause, right? I'm like, hurry up and deal with the fucking kid already, right?
Yeah, I mean, are you just like watch it while she's in there and then rewind it back to where it was?
No, I've done that before. If she goes and like does laundry.
You ever watch an episode of a show you're watching with her while she's not home, and then you're having to watch it when she gets home, and you're just like bored out of your mind?
You've done that, I know.
Oh, I've done that.
But I don't do that. I'm never fucking not here, or I'm never here when she's not. That doesn't work.
Yeah, y'all have.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm at work. When I get home, she's been waiting for me, because she's bored.
So anyway, the parade. I guess it was teachers, like, they had all these signs. It's like, Miss Summers misses you and stuff. Because when it first started coming by, I was like, what's the goddamn parade? My first thought was that it was a funeral, actually.
Yeah.
Because I could see
woohoo!
Yeah.
And they got signs and
Yeah.
shit. Like, I've never been to a funeral like
this fucking asshole's finally dead.
You're like, I think that's black people funerals.
Yeah.
Right?
I know they do things weird. But
you're like, I think that one showed me her tits.
I recorded it on the tape so I can watch it on the booth.
It says straight D's.
Anyway, so the teachers are coming by and they're all waving out the windows and being like, we miss y'all and like stay strong. And my wife's like, oh, it's just like, what is it? And I was like, well, here's what it is. I was like, some people, this is good for their morale for some reason. I was like, I can't imagine, and you, I think, said the exact same thing to me, but it's like, I can't imagine like, oh, I'm really like anxious and I'm having trouble with this whole like disease thing. But then it's like, oh, a bunch of teachers are driving, honking the horn and waving. Now I'm good. I don't understand the connection there. I told my wife, like, they should throw out, I said, you know how at parades they throw out candy. I said, I wanted to join it and throw out used Kleenex. You know, like you would throw candy at a parade. I thought that'd be funny. But
yeah, you're like, oh, now I feel better.
Yeah. But I don't. But is the point of it is what do you think?
Of that?
Yeah.
The teachers are still getting paid, and they need to show that they're still doing stuff.
I guess so. But my thought was
teachers are still getting fucking paid like as they normally would.
My thought.
Like, so many people think teachers don't get paid enough. I'm like, they're fucking getting paid.
Yeah, they get paid plenty.
They're getting paid. They have fucking every summer off, all summer off.
Summer fucking.
And they're like, I go to workshops.
No, and they're like, I don't get all summers off. We have a workshop every 2 weeks during the summer. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Teachers complain. Every teacher's like, teachers don't get paid enough. Then don't do it. You know who else don't get paid enough? The guy that mops up at a fast food place. They don't get paid enough either. Who gives a fuck? That's how much they get paid. Learn how to make the fries, you fucking asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, does Jose get paid good mowing your fucking yard?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares? Stop complaining about, I don't get paid enough. Then go talk to your boss. I don't want to hear it on Facebook. And now, the equivalent of that is everybody now talking about who the heroes are now. It's like, fucking nurses and stuff are heroes. And it's like, I mean, they're checking temperatures. Let's back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not fighting for the fucking... they're not fighting the aliens that came through in a portal and destroyed New York. You know what I mean? I get it. They're doing a good job.
They're not putting dynamite underneath the well.
Yeah, no, that guy's a hero. They're not having the foresight to double up on dynamite, so you make sure you total a few cars.
No, it's just they're at the wrong place at the wrong time.
But I'm not even saying that there's anything wrong. I'm glad that
it's like a fireman going up in the 9/11, right? He's like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah.
Right?
But
that's how they are when they're opening their door when they get to the hospital.
But at least he was going into imminent danger. Whereas when you're a nurse working on these people, you're definitely putting yourself at very high risk to catch the shit. There's a hospital near here where the whole staff has it because somebody came to work sick.
Yeah.
But we throw around heroes too much. Because first you used to tell me Michael Jordan was a hero because he was good at basketball. And then I found out he's a gambling addicted asshole. Uh-huh. And then you tell me firefighters and shit and cops and stuff were heroes. I get that. They save people, so okay.
And yet there's 5 cats a year that die falling out of trees. How did they not get them?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You got to save all cats.
But I see these people, and they'll post it on Facebook they are in the medical profession in some capacity. And they're like, just remember, while you're sitting at home complaining about it, but you get to sit at home, and some people have to go out there and risk. And it's like, shut up. Mm-hmm.
Just
stop patting yourself on the back.
They don't have to.
No, but even if you do, sometimes, my jobs are going to be real dangerous for the next couple of months. Yeah, I mean, some jobs are dangerous. I don't know. You get paid pretty good because of that.
All right, hold on. So that nurse goes there, and she's fighting with that thermometer.
She's got
day,
a cape
right?
on.
She's got that thermometer, right? She whips it out like it's a sword.
You can only pick that thermometer up if you're worthy.
Right? There's this big cloud of coronavirus monster. She knocks it down, right? No, and then after that, she goes home, whatever. On her way home, she stops by a drive-thru.
Yeah.
And gets food from the real heroes.
Yeah.
Right? That saved her day.
Yeah.
She's hungry.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to be a hero to somebody about something.
Of course
right?
it is. But what I'm saying is I know that. I get that. And I absolutely appreciate that. But when you can't say... It bugs me if you're who the real heroes are? The medical workers. And then I'm like, wait, I know you. You're a nurse's assistant. Oh, so you're saying you're a hero. I get it.
Yeah.
You're patting yourself on your faggot-ass back.
Yeah, it's the people that if you didn't pay $400 a month out of your paycheck to be able to go to them, so you still have to pay a copay. You're you know what I mean? Yeah, if it wasn't for those guys, you could be dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what?
But why would you... But pointing out, who the real heroes are... What do you mean real heroes? Who are the fake heroes? Yeah, there's a lot of heroes. Some guy saved his friend's life, or some guy did the Heimlich and saved somebody. Who can... Why are we pointing it out? And why are we always pointing at, nurses? They used to say... A couple of weeks ago, you might have seen something, or a couple of months. It's who the real heroes are? The teachers. Now, the teachers ain't doing shit, but sitting at home, reading books on YouTube. It's so okay, they're not heroes anymore. But who the real heroes? Shut up.
All right, guys, they're at a board meeting, right? It's the hero deciders.
Yeah.
Right? And they're sitting there
we're thinking about...
Damn it, guys. They're Jim's been saying it's whatever's,
Yeah, it's
And then someone ends up saying nurses. We haven't done nurses yet.
Yeah, they're well, firefighters, that's 2001.
Yeah.
Teachers, I mean, it's too on the nose to call them heroes when they're literally just sitting at home they do all
They're all right, teachers, we only use that when we have no options.
Yeah.
Right?
They're we all know teachers suck, right? I mean, come on. But they're nurses. We can't say doctors. You either have to just say nurses or say healthcare workers. Because if you say doctors, we're wait, these guys are millionaires. Who cares? Of course they're risking their shit to go, whatever. But yeah, and I get it. I am very appreciative of fucking whatever, healthcare people or what. But it bugs me when people do that self-congratulatory
I think it'd be funny if it's the real heroes and it shows all male nurses. Right? It's a bunch of just dudes there, right?
Dude, it's the real heroes are. It's not just doctors. Some nurses are men too. But I mean, yeah, you're doing a good job checking.
Then it shows men teachers. Oh shit!
That would be, who the real pedos are.
Oh wow!
If you're a man teaching young kids, if you're a man second grade teacher, you are trying to fuck those kids. I can't imagine. There's no other reason you'd do that. You can't be a man teacher until at least high school.
I want to help them learn to fuck.
But I mean, even if you're just thinking, if you were a teacher in high school, right now, and some girl, she's 17 and she's got short shorts and a low cut shirt. In your brain, you know that those are attractive features. So you have to just like, all right, Susie, just do your homework. She's like, are you sure I have to do it? You're like, you have to do it. And she's like, why are you looking straight past me? And you're like, you have to do it, and I'm not going to stand up and tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the real heroes. The male high school teachers that have never fucked one of those girls. Mm-hmm. Those are the real heroes.
They're like, yet. Because they've all tried.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I don't want to try until I do, and then I go to prison. But he's like, I think it's worth it.
I mean, sometimes you see some chick.
He's like, if it's Jenny over there, it'd be worth it. Right?
I can't imagine a Jenny being hot.
Yeah, I just had to say a name.
Yeah, but
all right. Anyways, I think we're done with this.
If you're a healthcare worker, you're the real hero.
If you're not a healthcare worker, you're a hero. At some point, you're like, I'm going to go into Healthville. They're like, never mind.
You know who the real heroes are? It's those fucking spring break kids that stayed out on the beach and caught it.
I said the health-filled. I'm definitely a hero. I don't even know how to say it. All right.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, this has been episode 111.
Yeah.
Please go on to Facebook or wherever you're at and like, subscribe, find us on there. We're pretty much on every platform there is. And please share. Please go out there. Cough it in someone's face and say, the Bad Vibe Podcast made me do it.
Be like, you need to listen to the Bad Vibe Podcast.
And they're like, the what? Then do it again.
Do it again.
But don't cover your mouth.
Do it again. Clear your throat. Don't cough, but just wipe your hand on their cheeks slowly. Yeah. Look them in the eyes and say, listen to the Bad Vibe Podcast.
I want you to go to like the bank teller where there's little plastic ones, those little glass thing, spit onto the thing and then write Bad Vibe Podcast in your spit.
Yeah.
Right? But backwards so they can read it.
Yeah, you got to do it
backwards. Be a gentleman. Be a hero.
Yeah.
Right?
You know who the real heroes are? The ones that know how to make a backwards B for Bad Vibe.
Yeah. The real heroes are the ones that share the Bad Vibe Podcast.
Think about it. The nurses couldn't be heroes if it wasn't for assholes like our listeners out there spreading this disease.
Yeah.
So let's really break it down. Anyway.
It can't be a hero unless there's a villain.
Yeah, so...
All right, all the Bad Vibe Podcast people, you can be villains if you want to be.
Yeah.
All right. If you're listening to this, you are the Bad Vibe.